Okay, you guys, so I'm going to jump into how to create your uncrossing powder. Now, I have a few tools here that I think are really important, but if you don't have all these things, it's okay. As you can see here, this is a coffee grinder. I use a coffee grinder when trying to get herbs that are a little bit more chunkier down to a fine powder. Or what you could do is get all the herbs that I'm about to use in this video and get them in a powder form. That may be difficult, but if you don't have that, then you can do this. You can also use a mortar and pestle, and it's not important for it to be like to a fine powder, but think about it as if you want to put this on a candle, or if you want to use this in some type of a working, you want it to be in powder form, and you don't want to have a bunch of chunks in there. So that's what we're using this. I'm also going to be using a jar. I'm gonna have this stored, so I'm gonna be storing this in some type of a mason jar that I can get back into. Now, I already have a little bit in here, and I need to kind of make a new batch of this. Let's get into the herbs and everything that we're gonna be using today. We're gonna be using, and this is a very important part of this, garlic powder. Now, garlic powder is used for unblocking, uncrossing, and protection. So this is gonna be a really important part of this work. So we're gonna put a little bit of the garlic powder in there. The next ingredient that we're gonna use is the lemongrass. Now, I don't have a lot in here, but lemongrass is really great for clearing blockages, as well as I find it really good for reversing work, reversing bad luck, reversing work that someone has done against you. It's just really, really powerful for that. And in a lot of uncrossing oils, lemongrass is a primary ingredient. Next, we're going to use clove. Now, clove is one of those really great and powerful, potent domination herbs. It has a very intense energy when it comes, like even when you smell clove, it's very intense. So we're using clove in this work for protection. And we're also using this as a way to break curses. And clove can be used to break curses and to just protect against attack. Now we're going to use, I love, again, I'm gonna refer back to Hoodoo Delish. She has a uncrossing powder video, and you can actually go and watch that. I'll link that video here. My version is a little bit different than hers, but I do use a lot of the same types of herbs as she does. And I love Hoodoo Delish, so if you haven't gone to see her page, you should go check her out. I'm going to be using spearmint. This is something that she also uses in her collection. Spearmint specifically is more for healing and for love. I didn't have any peppermint, but mint in general is meant to clear the blockages and to clear places that have been stopped up, closed off, or are just clogged, right? We use mint or menthol to clear the digestive system, to clear the respiratory system, and we're gonna use that same intention for this powder. Clearing up any blockages and things that are meant to stop, because when you're doing crossing, when someone's doing a crossing working on you, they can sometimes use it in a way to just like stop the flow of things, positive things from coming in. And so we want to do that. And I also like spearmint because it does have a healing aspect. So anything that the work that they've done, any of the uncrossing work that's been done that has created a lot of turmoil or whatever the case may be, we provide healing as well as clearing out the blockage. So we're just going to bless and activate it for that purpose. I'm going to use poke root. Now, poke root, I thought it was poke, whatever, is used for exorcisms. It's pretty intense. It will remove all unwanted things from you, especially if there's a spirit attached to this work that is being called upon to do this crossing work on you or against you. This will clear that spirit out of the working, and it also will break off any curses, hexes, jinxes, crossings off of you. It's very, very powerful root. I'm going to be using Agrimony. Agrimony is really, really great for healing, and it's also great for protection. I like Agrimony as a way of doubling down on the protection element of what we're doing. So we're going to be using it for that purpose. Now I'm going to be using Chaparral. I might be saying this wrong, but I will have it spelled out in the description box below. Now this is really great for spiritual cleansing. It's going to serve to purify any things that is lingering in our energetic or spiritual bodies. Because when we are doing workings, when we're doing work, we also have to include the fact that there are things in the spiritual body that are being affected as well. And so I want to spiritually cleanse every aspect of my being, whether it be my finances, this and that, or whatever the case may be. I want my spirit to be clean so that I can operate in my highest vibration and be unencumbered by whatever work has been done against me. Sorry about the smoke, I have incense going. So we're going to bless and activate it for that purpose. Now we're going to add in lavender. Hoodoo Delish puts lavender in her powder as well, and I think it's really great. I really like the element of peace and smoothing in the transition, because we are using a lot of very intense herbs in this blend. We want the transition of removing this to be a smooth one and a peaceful one, because we've already been through a lot. Like, you know, if you're crossed up, someone's like done a crossing on you, your life is already chaotic, it's already rough, it's already intense. So when we do that uncrossing, sometimes when we do an uncrossing, it can be very abrasive, and there's already a chaotic situation happening. We don't want the ending of it to be chaotic too. We want to get it away, remove it, cancel that assignment. But then at the same time, we want to make sure that we are also making it easier on the person who is in that transition, and that we smoothly transition into a place of peace. Now we are going to add in bay. Now bay leaves or bay laurel, whatever you want to call it, these are easily accessible at most grocery stores. You can get this at the 99-cent store, and we're going to use just a couple of these. I use bay for a lot of different purposes. So bay is in the spiritual and in the magical community a substitution herb, because it's has the ability to kind of match itself or mimic the vibration of whatever energy that you want it to take on. And it's for this specific thing, I'm using the bay leaf for protection and for healing, but I'm using this mainly for protection because, again, like I said, we want to be able to clear this energy out, and then on the flip side of it, protect ourselves from any counterattack or anything else that may come as a result of doing this work. So we are protecting ourselves from all angles, from any counteraction, from anything that may happen as a result of us doing this work, that the person may have put like a fail-safe into the working, so that if the person tries to do work against or like try to clear it, like something will happen, whatever the case may be. We're going to protect ourselves in that element as well. Any sneak attacks that may come later on, that we are protecting ourselves and that we are grounded in that protection and in that healing. Next, we're going to put frankincense. You see me, you're going to hear me talk about frankincense in pretty much all of my videos, because I feel like frankincense is such an essential part of the magical process in heightening the magical properties of whatever it is that we're working with. And also it serves as a cleansing agent as well. And lastly, we are going to be adding in sea salt. Now you can use table salt, that's all you have. You can use pink Himalayan salt if you'd like. I also would use like black salt as an absorber of negative energies or any just toxicities that has happened thus far. But I'm using this sea salt as protection and cleansing. So as you can see, that's something that's really been harped on in this entire working is we're protecting, we're clearing, we're banishing and breaking things off of us. We're also creating a healing vibration. We're unblocking and unclearing anything that has been stopped up. The flow is coming back into what we're doing. And then we're making sure that there's a peaceful transition out of a crossed situation into a place of healing and being uncrossed. So now that you've blessed and activated this, you can read a Psalms if you'd like. Like I said in my last video, if you haven't watched it, in the protection and defense magic work, I talk about it like towards the center of the video, different psalms that you can say, pray over this blend. You can use your own intention. I use my own intention. It depends on what it is that you feel. So just do what it is that makes you feel comfortable. Okay, now comes the fun part. Now, we are going to blend this. Now you can check to make sure that it's as ground up as you'd like it to be. But let me just show you. Ooh, that smells good. Let me just get a little closer to the camera so that you can see that that is a fine powder. So now we're going to take our container, whatever container you've chosen. Again, it can be a bag, it can be whatever. It doesn't have to be a mason jar, but that's just me. And there you have it. You have a uncrossing powder that you can use at any time. Now you store this and you can use it, sprinkle it over a candle, you can sprinkle it in with another blend. I wouldn't advise you to add this to a bath water because there are elements in here and there are toxic things in here that you don't want to touch the skin that may irritate the skin and the body. But I will be teaching you guys how to do uncrossing baths, so just stay tuned for that video. This is the final product. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any comments, concerns, questions that I guess not concerns, but if you have anything that you want to know, or if there's any element of this that you want me to expound upon, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Be blessed. 'Cause I wanna stay high.